That makes Devin uncle material.
Who let you speak? Who let this man on the mic with me? Either way, this is what you get. We're here in Grand Finals.
I just realized Cassius' sponsor tag.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's beautiful. That's a movement right there. But we in Smashville for game one, and immediately just hits are flying. We already see Green Team off the stage immediately. Ralphie having charged up his limit fairly quickly, and we already see that there's been a change of pace for how Ralphie and Dill are approaching this match. Playing a bit more reserved and then just waiting to just blow up on their opponents as soon as they're given the chance. And it's that mispositioning of Green Team keeping them in the air and out of control that's just going to go so far.
Yeah, but we actually see, it seems like Cassius is going for a real aggressive sort of rush down onto Ralphie, which is something we definitely didn't see before in Winners. It seems like maybe, you know, he's like, I feel confident against him, but wow.
An almost total party wipe now as we see the limit stolen from Ralphie, but he does manage to bring things back.
That was actually a really good trade for Green Team because Dill was at very low %, but, you know, getting that counter surge off managed to, you know, kill him. And now we are at 5 stocks to 4 rather. But already Dill's actually taken a lot of %, 95.
Frozen's just been doing an amazing job of making sure that he has presence on the stage, but at no point is he ever threatened. He's just constantly controlling the momentum of the match as it surrounds him. And we see another counter surge get off a kill.
And again, wow. All right, so Green Team, Cassius and Frozen coming from the loser's side, making a statement immediately. They have 4 stocks to 2 rather, but both Ralphie and Dill on their last stock here. If any one of them drops, that's it.
I'm sorry, what was that stock count again? I believe we're looking at a tied game. We're looking at 2 to 2 stocks, everyone on their last. An amazing ledge play from Dill, evening things up before you can even finish your sentence.
That was some of the most amazing. That down air was so good and kills him. What happened? What happened? They were so far ahead. And then just, it disappeared. It evaporated. And now we have Frozen. He is at, you know, pretty low %, but he's stuck in this 2v1 situation. Ooh, really smart there. Goes for the back throw, making sure that hitbox would keep Dill occupied. But one grab at this point will absolutely end it for...
See the dash attack, but it's not going to be enough to take out Dill. It's not going to be enough to pressure Frozen too much. I'd say a worthy trade, though, as far as percentages goes, because it just helps secure that stage control so much more. And
yeah, and I'd say right now, Ralphie definitely doesn't want to lose his stock right here. He's the one with limit. He's the, you know, the one who's really threatening some presence, and that's going to be when he burns limit. And now we have a last stock, last hit situation, and that's the pin. It's not going to do it quite yet, but Ralphie in a really tight spot. He gets the first hit of that up B. He's going to throw him off stage, but what will happen here? And
we see the Nair, the reverse hitbox is going to manage to take game one. Already out the gate, we've got amazing play from both of these teams.
Oh my lord. What a grand finals. Already, what a grand finals. He got the footstool, that's how he lived. That was amazing.
It helped assure the kill, and it helped assure his recovery. It's a fantastic play from Frozen all around. And well, Frozen and Cassius are going to have to carry over that impressive play into this game too if they want to see the light of day, because they still need to take the 3 games just to reset the bracket, just for that even chance. We'll see if they can get there. Game 2 on Dreamland.
Also, just a quick PSA for those of you who don't know, Diddy Kong's downer is very strong. It kills really early.
Monkey Knuckles, stupid thing.
All right. But we're moving on to game 2 here right now. Ooh, that was very smart from Ralphie. He was in the zone where if he did not shield that, he would have gotten hit by that weird jank hitbox from Bowser. Ooh, big damage already on Ralphie. But this is something we saw similar to game 1, and we saw just the clutch factor that Dill and Ralphie have.
All 4 of these players are so impressive. You really can't count down a lead or any type of control. It's all a matter about how well they can just adjust to the changing tides.
Can we talk about how Ralphie ran up and then power shielded the hitbox of Corrin down throw?
Yeah, he don't care. He's a man on a mission.
How? Ooh, he goes for the forward kick. It's not going to kill Dill, but he is in an awful situation. Actually, I kind of agree with that limit. It forced Corrin to like not occupy a proper space in order to continue the edge guard. I don't think he has a jump. Oh, he could have gone for the down hit, but opts not to.
And we see the up air follow up, but it's not going to be able to kill just yet. We've got high percentages on board, and Ralphie looking to take advantage of the situation at hand.
All right, I think that was a forward tilt, actually, from Corrin, going to close out Dill's stock, finally. And there's the up air. But we've actually seen some great survivability from Frozen already in this set. He's now sitting at 148%. Oh, but there it is, getting that up smash in there. And while he's respawning, that's a lot of time it takes for him to come back. And Cassius was in a bad spot.
Excellent power shields. You see how aware Ralphie is right now. He knows that any slight misinput or misjudgment can truly cost a stock, can end up costing the game. But he is in the zone right now, moving in with that finishing touch and just asserting the lead that blue team has.
Yeah, that was what sort of made the difference in winners finals. So they're remembering that that's a huge part of their gameplay. When Cloud has limit and Diddy Kong gets those big hits, or rather Diddy Kong gets the slight setup into those big hits.
And Cassius right now only having enough stage presence to be a suitable punching bag. This man has had no sense of being able to move around on his own. Frozen not being able to occupy enough space to give comfortable breathing room. And the call out on that out of shield option. We see another finishing touch kill.
That was so good because he did the Diddy Kong pummel and then he jumps up and that's like a footstool sort of thing. He was locked in place and just the awareness from Ralphie closes out that stock. Amazing work. That's something I actually haven't seen from those guys, but yeah, no, they have multiple setups. They have all the coverage in the world in this double setting.
We see the up throw kill from Frozen. This is one of our first times that we've seen it throughout the evening, let alone the set. But they're going to need a lot of quick kill options like that to try and even things up. Because even though we're sitting at tied stocks, we're looking at tons of percentage, and Cassius is going to be dropping down once again.
Yeah, can we also talk about just how Dill's amazing awareness where he had that sort of like, you know, back and forth volley, and then as Frozen was coming back to him, he actually turned around and hit Cassius. Because Cassius was trying to interrupt, and he just realizes that sort of thing. Just both of these players so practiced and just being so aware at all times of what's going on. And that might be it. Yep.
That will do it. Game 2 going in favor of Dill and Ralphie, and they are one more game away from being able to clutch out doubles here at Defend the North 2017. Cassius and Frozen slowly starting to really feel the pressure of the situation at hand now, as Dill and Ralphie are just firing themselves up.
Oh man, that was such a good play. Ralphie actually lost the stock for it. I was so distracted by the crazy finishing touch that I didn't realize he got forward smash. But still, it was a great play, and it ended up helping contribute to them taking game 2 there. Absolutely. And so now we are, actually this is game point.
This is game point. As it just established, we are looking at Ralphie and Dill being able to just clutch this out. But Cassius and Frozen have the opportunity to try and turn this back. If they could steal away a little bit of that momentum, they could give themselves more breathing room, give themselves a bit of a situation to really figure things out. And yes, your reaction,
I'm making
what
a
we're
face.
listening to, we see some pretty intense character switches. A double character switch, in fact, from Red Team. And we're going to be looking at Cassius's Mario, which is a more practiced character that he has on the back burner, and Frozen's Mewtwo.
Yeah, of course we have seen Frozen. Really good work from Frozen's Mewtwo. It hasn't quite been as prevalent lately. You know, there was a certain point in New York sort of history where everyone was counterpicking everyone all the time, and this was one of those counterpick characters that Frozen had in the back. But right now we are. I actually kind of like it. The double character switch might just lead to some, you know, even if it's just breaking sort of, you know, because they just got 2-0'd,
Right.
you know, can break that momentum. You know, might go on tilt. So, you know, just maybe turn that around. Never mind.
Yeah, no, when you're getting the prime hit of that limit climb hazard to open up shop, I don't know if this double character switch is going to be able to influence any type of mental momentum like Red Team is looking for. Blue Team is looking primed and ready to take this tournament.
Wow, that was so much damage that ended up getting put on Frozen's Mewtwo there. Ooh, but the interesting back throw, that back throw from Mario in doubles, it's kooky because, like, you know, it has this crazy active hitbox and it's, you know, also really early first actionable frames. Can we talk about how Ralphie hit him in between the swings of back throw?
Just tag on everything that you can.
And then that was at 47% with that much rage. Yeah, that'll happen. Just dominance right now coming out from Blue Team. We've seen it earlier tonight and even more so right now.
Now, that being said, Red Team was looking like the prime suspects to be able to steal this away, possibly, but it's looking like a grim tale as Blue Team is just smothering their oppressors right now. With Frozen holding onto a reserve stock, but the percentage is building more and more on Red Team before they can really get a footing of being able to contest Blue Team.
That was great DI from Ralphie, DIing towards the stage so that forward air did not actually cost him the stock. But actually, while we've been talking about Blue Team's great work, they have suffered a lot of percent. And even though they do have the stock lead right now, wow, what a beautiful, oh, he ended up reversing it, and so he couldn't grab ledge there. But that was Ralphie almost making it back. And now we actually have stock lead for Red Team.
However, the character with reserve stock is Mewtwo, sitting at 99%. Mewtwo, notable for being incredibly light.
That is true, especially when Diddy Kong is able to set up Cloud for those crazy, you know, up throw combos. And we were talking about how the character switch wasn't really working out, but here it's actually okay for them right now, you know? Mewtwo's still holding on at 144%, and when he has all that rage, he becomes just a monstrous threat.
Although we do see the reserve stock drop, and now Cassius having to live around at 115 in counting. He's got to stretch this stock as best as he can, trying to assert a bit more of this combo pressure that we've seen out of him.
Oh, he went for it all there. And then I don't think he has a jump. Wow, amazing from Frozen. That was so beautiful. Oh, and now we're actually
not able to come back. We're sitting in the 1v1 situation, so now it's a matter of Frozen versus Dill. Dill sitting at 68% with Frozen relatively low, but this is very doable for Dill. He just needs to be able to insert this pressure.
Absolutely, especially because of just how this matchup generally goes down. Diddy Kong, between his small frame and everything, you know, at the top level of Smash, Abadongo has never taken a game from zero. Like, it's really rough for Mewtwo, but we're actually seeing from Frozen, he doesn't care at the moment. He's just bopping him around back and forth. Right now, Dill at 134, he's just barely hanging on there.
Frozen showcasing that Mewtwo just has fantastic tools to be able to contest space, even with a minimal amount of use of the rest of his tools. Just using Shadow Ball, forward air, Frozen is able to push so much pressure. And we see him try to go for the drag down, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to be sitting safely at ledge, and
yeah, but you can see that up throw from Mewtwo will absolutely end Dill right now if he can connect it.
And the reflected Peanut managing to drop the banana out of his hands, but Dill gets it back, sitting at 159%. He gets the trip.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, down tilt up smash would probably kill right now. Oh, but the trade! He's going to be making it back, though. What's going to happen?
He manages to get himself back on. Magnet Hands coming in clutch for both of these players, and the percentages are climbing to 100% plus. 163 sitting on Dill right now. He has to make the most of this banana play. He gets the connection, but he does not connect with the up smash. Frozen getting a second lease on life, sitting with 110%, and he has a fully charged Shadow Ball. He lets it rip, but doesn't make any connection with anything. He can continue to charge that resource constantly, because just the very charge of it is threatening space.
He's forced to go down without a jump, and the
up
up tilt
does it. A 3-0 finish. An amazing job of Dill being able to clutch it out. Dill and Ralphie are your doubles champions for Defend the North 2017 Smash for Wii U.
What an ending. Oh my lord. That was just overall such amazing play. And we saw that, you know, Cassius and Frozen started to make the adjustments, but just they were stuck in that 1v1 situation, and it was so hard for Frozen to get that kill. And when you can't kill Dill, he will come back to bite you, as we saw.